Are security cameras in the Lone Star State feeding sensitive data to the Chinese Communist Party? That's what Ken Paxton's trying to find out. This is Thursday, October 30th, 2025.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State. The Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Welcome into Thursday. It's an honor and pleasure to be part of your day. Record honeybee losses in Texas and around the country means a $500 million economic hit and potentially an impact on our food supplies. More on that story coming up. At a press conference yesterday in Collin County, Republican State Representative Mitch Little pressed for transparency in the investigation of the Salina Independent School District for its alleged cover-up of a coach's criminal predation of young boys. Here's Mitch Little.
Almost every day, we have a news story of a teacher or a coach or administrator preying upon our children. And for decades, the predation of our children has essentially gone unabated because of sovereign immunity in our state. These families demand answers, and we need to know the names of the decision makers who allowed this environment to exist.
Mr. Little authored a new law that took effect last month that's designed to hold school districts accountable for failing to protect students from sexual predators by eliminating districts' sovereign immunity from civil liability in sex abuse cases. Before the enactment of the law, victims could press for criminal charges, but they could not file civil lawsuits. Salina is currently under criminal investigation by Attorney General Ken Paxton for claims that administrators suppressed Coach Caleb Elliott's past predatory behavior towards male students, enabling him to record undressed middle school boys in the locker room. The U.S. Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals has ruled against Democrat challenges to Tarrant County's new Republican-drawn commissioner district boundaries, upholding the lower court's decision and allowing the map to remain in effect for the 2026 primary election. Tarrant County Commissioners Court voted in June along party lines to approve a new map that increases Republicans' partisan advantage from 3-2 to 4-1. County officials are defending the new precinct lines, which have not been redrawn since 2011. Democrats have claimed that the action was racially motivated, while Republicans have asserted that the map was drawn only on partisan grounds, which is permissible under current voting rights case law. An investigation into Lorex Technologies has been launched by Texas's Attorney General over concerns that its products may be tied to the Chinese Communist Party and present a national security risk. The company was previously owned by a Chinese tech giant that federal agencies have flagged as a, quote, military company. Although Lorex was sold to Taiwan-based Skywatch in 2022, reports show that the Chinese company remains a major supplier of critical camera components, raising questions about ongoing CCP influence. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton's probe is focused on the safety and security of the company's surveillance cameras. The company disputes Paxton's concerns, saying that it has, quote, taken the appropriate steps to safeguard customer privacy. The Texas Minute will be right back.
Every day I run into something that I'm dealing with the county judge.
Judge Bray recused himself, but as we'll soon see, he couldn't resist reinserting himself into the process.
Signing notices, setting deadlines, accepting candidate applications, rejecting candidate applications. The dispute that ensued thereafter was centered on whether or not Judge Bray had the authority to do those things or should have been doing those things.
Head over to TexasScorecard.com today to watch our latest documentary, Kicking the Circle.
Texas has lost 61% of its honeybee colony population over the early spring and summer, a decline that reflects a similar trend across the United States. This may have a national impact on food supplies. Data collected by the Apiary Inspectors of America shows that more than 55% of U.S. bee colonies have disappeared, equating to a national loss of 1.7 million colonies out of about 2.7 million colonies in America. The result resulting economic losses are estimated to be $600 million. This is because many crops in the United States are heavily or completely dependent on honeybees for pollination. In Texas, honeybees pollinate crops all around the state, from cotton in the Panhandle to food crops in the Rio Grande Valley. One cause is believed to be an invasive mite species from Asia that's developed a genetic resistance to the miticide used to treat hives. Among other things, researchers are recommending the development of mite-resistant bee colonies. So, be nice to the bees. You can find details on all the stories mentioned today and keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. This edition of the Texas Minute was based on the original reporting of Travis Morgan, Aaron Anderson, Sidney Henry, and Addie Hovland. Riley Edwards got the show put together for you and delivered this morning. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Now go make it a great day.